Hi, my name is Brandon. Y'all don't know me. Maybe you will soon, I don't know. I'm a New York-based photographer, videographer, and I shoot Canon. My main cameras right now are a C70 and an R5C. R5C for a photo, video combination, C70 when I'm strictly just going for video things. So obviously Canon just announced a new C50, and that's something that, I feel like I had to pay some attention to. But I don't really understand the talk around this camera. Again, I already shoot on an R5C. That's what this is right here that I'm shooting on at the moment. And for me, this camera has been incredible. As a hybrid, you get the 45 megapixel stills, you get the 8K, and with all of the firmware updates over the years, they've improved battery life, they've given us different features that make life just better as an R5C owner. And with the C50, I'm really struggling to see what everyone else sees as like a leap or a jump in any real way. I really just don't see it. The real thing I hear people saying about the C50 that I just do not understand at all is that the C50 is a more video-centric camera than the R5C, and I don't understand where that comes from. Like, I understand the argument that the C50 is a worse photo camera than the R5C, as a camera that doesn't have an EVF, doesn't have a mechanical shutter, and goes from 45 megapixels down to 33, I think it is. So it's a worse photo camera, I get that. But being a worse photo camera doesn't now mean that it's a better video camera. And that's where I'm kind of struggling. Because I'm seeing a lot of the hype, and I'm trying to understand why I don't feel it, and if I'm missing something. So if I am, please let me know. But I'm really feeling to see how it's a better video camera, or more of a video camera, than the R5C, just because it lacks the things that make it a better photo camera. That's like photo video is like a pie, 100%. It has to be like weighted one way or the other. I guess if you look at it like that, yeah, like the C50 is more of a video camera. But for me to call it more of a video camera than the R5C, it needs to do video better or more in some way, and I don't see that. If you want to argue that the 7K is better than 8K because the R5 sensor gets a little too detailed, like maybe that's something. I don't buy it, but maybe that's something. And I think the two key features that the C50 has over the R5C are C-Log 2 and Open Gate. And again, as a C70 owner, user, I really do love C-Log 2. I prefer it over C-Log 3. But at the end of the day, I don't really see too huge of a difference between the two when I use them on my C70. Like, there's a difference between the C70 C-Log 2 and the R5C C-Log 3, but that has to do with the C70 sensor just being better. It's not necessarily the log curve. And I think, I've seen videos with people comparing R5C dynamic range to that of the C50, and the C50 has better dynamic range, but not in any way that will be noticeable to really anyone. So the C-Log 2 thing isn't really that big of a deal to me. Open Gate is. I do a lot of run and gun shooting. I do a lot of shooting for things that are going to wind up with different aspect ratios, some for social, some for YouTube, and otherwise. And so Open Gate really is a big thing for me. But whether we're talking Open Gate or we're talking C-Log 2, these are all things that the R5C could easily do. Canon is just choosing not to give it to us. And I'm not going to lose my mind over a new camera and fork out another $4,000 for features that Canon could easily give me right now, and they just feel like not doing it. And I'm definitely not going to hype up this new camera that's giving us features that we're already capable of having. That makes no sense to me. So beyond these things that are hidden behind firmware updates that could be given to us, what are we really talking about as the C50 being a better camera, more video-centric camera? Is it just the body with some quarter 20s on it? Because that's the only thing I really see. Or is it that the body resembles an FX3 and that's a camera that people have been lusting after from the Canon side? So when they see the C50 come along, then it's like, oh, this is the greatest thing? Because if that's it, I also don't care about that. So let me know, leave a comment, something. I really want to understand what people are seeing in the C50 as a camera that's better than the R5C, because from my perspective, it's just a camera with worse resolution, worse photo capabilities, and a couple of features that Canon could easily unlock for the R5C if the Canon community demanded it, instead of collectively losing our shit over the new C50 and running to throw Canon our money for things that they could easily give us right now with what we already have. Because for my money, the R5C has higher resolution, mechanical shutter, EVF, and if you really want those quarter 20s, you can get a cage. And outside of that, I don't know. I'm really just not seeing it. So, if anyone has any thoughts, again, leave them in the comments below. I really want to hear about it. I really want to get excited for this camera like everyone else is. But I fear I may just not see it.